it up.
We're fishing today with my buddy Joey. Monday through Friday, Joey is a United States Marine. A few years ago, he bought a house in the Outer Banks, North Carolina. It's an amazing place, but we don't come here when tourists do, when it's warm and sunny. We prefer when it's cold and windy in March, because when we head to this pier,
Another skate.
it is on.
There's a fish on this too.
You better be ready when our lines go in the water.
This could actually be more what I'm looking for.
The bite doesn't stop. My name
How can you say no comment?
is Chris Pabst.
Why are you taking my microphone?
Monday through Friday, I'm an investigative reporter. But on weekends, I just want to be on water. Here, there's no professional fishermen, charter boats, or tour guides. It's just everyday anglers in search of those hidden limits.
We're fishing today with my buddy Joey. Monday through Friday, Joey is a United States Marine, Lieutenant Colonel.
Oh, I'm a judge advocate, United States Marine Corps.
You're a lawyer.
I'm a lawyer, yeah.
You're a lawyer for the Marines.
I'm like Kevin Bacon and a few good men.
There we go. I've known Joey for 20 years. So my very first job in television news was with his girlfriend, who is now his wife, in Casper, Wyoming. Do you remember the very first place we fished?
Yeah, North Platte River.
North Platte River, catching like 20 to 22-inch rainbow trout. And it spoiled me for the rest of my life.
Absolutely.
Like, it's so hard going trout fishing anywhere else. And they were right in the middle of town.
It's incredible. It's a great feature of Casper, Wyoming. It's a hidden gem, which is what this show's all about, right?
A couple of years ago, Joey bought a house in Duck, North Carolina, in the Outer Banks. As soon as he bought his house here, we started fishing here. Trial and error, just throwing lines out and seeing what works. Eventually, we started catching a lot of fish.
What are we fishing for today?
Well, today we're fishing for dogfish. The dogfish, one, are great food, great eating. In Europe, I believe it's fish and chips. That's what they use.
And they're about 10, 15 pounds. They get pretty big. There's no other fish here now. The bluefish aren't here. The other smaller fish aren't here. The stripers aren't here. The red drum aren't here. But the dogfish are here. What are they doing?
They're pregnant. The females are pregnant and very hungry. So the dogfish are in the cold water. So before this area heats up, the water temperature heats up. The dogfish are here. They're feeding, and they're hungry, and they're catching, and they're biting. So,
and my understanding is they don't stay here long.
they don't stay here long. Once the temperature warms up a couple degrees, they're gone.
In the ocean, I prefer to use pen, rod, and reels. I think that they are the best dollar value that you can get in a rod and reel combo for the ocean. They're not the least expensive, they're not the most expensive, but for $100 to $125, I think you can get a great setup that's reliable, dependable. If you take care of it, it'll last you for years. We're going to be using a top-bottom rig. We're going to try to use a 2-ounce pyramid sinker to try to get it to dig in the sand so it doesn't move. If we have to go to a 3-ounce, we'll use that. The bait that we're using is bait that we caught. Now, on Hidden Limits, there's no professional fishermen, charter boats, or tour guides, but when you come to Duck, North Carolina in March, there's not really that much to do except charter a boat.
What are these things called?
So that's one of the other reasons we come here this time of year, is we head out for yellowfin tuna.
Okay, you need water? Get it, Joey, get it.
We caught 305 pounds of yellowfin tuna. Our catch even made the Outer Banks fishing report on Facebook.
Nice one.
And when we were out, we caught a fish that was a tuna, but not really a tuna.
Yeah, it's a false albacore.
A false albacore, which isn't really good for eating. However,
It slays. It slays on the piers.
so we're going to head out onto the pier. We're going to see what we can get. Again, late March, extremely windy. That's why we're standing next to the building, because the wind is blowing so hard this way that it's really going to be difficult on the audio, but it's not going to be difficult on the video. We can get the visuals, and hopefully we can get some fish. Let's do it.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, man. Let's go.
Nice.
Just seconds after we threw out that first line,
He's got one too.
the first fish hit.
What is it?
And the bite
Is that a shark?
never slowed down. Duck, North Carolina is in the northern part of the Outer Banks. The pier we're fishing on is free this time of year, and it's just a few miles north of Kitty Hawk, where the Wright brothers became the first humans to take flight on December 17th, 1903. It's a really neat place to visit. This is a picture I took of the monument in 2017. But we're not here for a lesson in human history. We're here for dogfish, and there are lots of them.
Beautiful fish, big fish.
Dogfish are bottom feeders. It's a breed of shark that has no teeth.
Say goodbye.
They are beautiful and strong. They're also good eating. But if you want to catch them, you need to be here now. They don't stick around for very long. Once the water warms a few degrees, they finish spawning and head out. Now it's all about the feast.
That dog, baby.
And these fish don't stop.
Another shark.
You guys got the pliers?
That one might be a sand shark. That's a pretty... There you go. Got the pliers. There's one shark there. One nice shark. Oh. And then one shark there. Good. Nice.
It's not just dogfish that are here. There's also a lot of skate. Most people see skate as a junk fish. Few people target them, but they are fun to catch. They're strong, heavy, and they fight. Plus, I never take any fish for granted. Did you ever go fishing and catch nothing? I certainly have. And on those days, you would be ecstatic to hook into a skate.
See how it's moving?
Yeah.
Like it moves different than a skate?
We also caught a few stingrays. You have to be careful with these. Skates are harmless to humans, but stingrays are not. That's its natural defense mechanism. It has a poison barb on its tail. Now, many petting zoos have stingrays in shallow water that kids can pet. Those stingrays have the poison barbs removed. They aren't dangerous. This one is. You gotta be careful. This day on this pier so far has been a blast. In about 2.5 hours, we caught around 50 fish. Dogfish, skate, and stingray.
Dude, that's a pretty big fish.
You only have one in there.
No, I think you're gonna break it. It just got washed under. No, you're gonna break it.
We hooked into a few shark that were so big, we couldn't get them onto the pier. Our 20-pound test line was snapping, not nearly strong enough to pull up some of these fish. So since we couldn't bring the shark to us, we went down to them.
Look at this. Look at that. It's a dogfish and a skate. See if I can get him up. That's gonna be too heavy.
Next year, I told Joey he needs to get a net to get the big fish up on that pier.
I think we got bites on the other pole.
Yeah, I know. All right, ready? I don't have
Thanks for watching. I'm Chris Pabst, and this is Hidden Limits Outdoors.